Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays. Oxygen not included. We're in the glory days of the colony. Everything's going fine. Our colonists are not dying, although they are snoring a little bit. One of these days, that's not going to be the case. So just enjoy your zero stress while it lasts. We should be getting a new duplicant today. And that's both encouraging and incredibly scary because, you know, that means we get another 33% food requirement and, you know, we're going to use resources 33% faster. We're going to make pollutants 33% faster. And we still have not created, well, how many do we have in storage right now is the thing. I do not know the answer. Let's throw another, well, how many is left in here? 16 rations. Okay, today, forget the fabrications. Tab up a little bit. Toggle red alert. Duplicates ignore basic needs to work. Okay, well, that's interesting. Hopefully we don't need that on day 3 or there's going to be some serious problems. What do we want today? Very, very simple. Get this algae generator running. Probably start clearing out these. Maybe we can make a farm. What are you doing? I have never seen this animation before. Josh, what are you doing? Disinfecting. Oh, okay. It does appear to take you all day. So I'm not necessarily thrilled about that. You know what? We need another storage compactor as well. And for now, we'll just toss it right here. I learned a very valuable lesson. And that is, do not worry so much about the sweep order. Because it takes forever. This should only contain what I assume is agriculture? It shouldn't be seed. I only want you to store food. You know what? Okay, store everything. And then they'll probably just put food in there anyway because it's right next to the thing. But it's kind of a hack. I don't really want to do it that way if I could avoid it. So finish your sweeping job, and then we'll start over from back at 1 here like a Brian McKnight song. Today is all about oxygen. We have insufficient oxygen generation. We're consuming, well, let's do the math here. We consume 144 kilograms a day, which is like 34 kilograms per person. Wait a minute, that is not right. 144 days, like 45 per person? Why is my brain broken in terms of mathematics here? I don't know the answer to that question. It's like 46, 47 kilograms per day per person. Good to know. More skill increases. One algae generator is probably not going to do it. I do feel a lot of pressure to like automate as well. Can you like put, I don't like when the food is just on the ground. You know what I've realized? We don't need a storage compactor. What we actually need is a ration box, right? But we require basic farming research first, which we should probably work on. But again, Rome wasn't built in a day. You know, you start with the basics, and then eventually we're going to move into other stuff. More complicated stuff, potentially. No. You know what? Cancel that. Hopefully when we build tile under this, it doesn't cause the battery to lose all of its power. You would be surprised. I just want to make sure we're putting wires in the ground because, again, decor actually becomes a serious thing for mental health later. So we want to make sure that we are paying attention to that early. It could save us a lot of problems. Good. Okay, we're looking fine. Just want to make sure this is working, and then we can just build some more freaking copper, okay? Insufficient resources. Of course, okay. Well, you know what? There's a sufficient resource for you right there, Daddy. Don't get rid of the oxalite. I know we can get that copper, and it's probably, sadly, the most efficient copper for us to get. Instead, let's do something like that. Build up a little mine here. What kind of gas? Carbon dioxide? We don't want to bust. In fact, I hate that I just said we don't want to bust. It's a very strange expression. Next duplicate in 3 seconds. Good God. We don't want this to break, and it looks like it's going to, because the carbon dioxide will flood us down here and we'll probably start to suffocate. But Food safety. The food your duplicants make is only as clean as the ingredients used to make it. Storing food in sterile or refrigerated environments will keep the produced food clean. Dangerously contaminated food can be recycled by clicking the compost icon. Well, I'm not sure if there's anything we can do for refrigeration right now, but perhaps one day. Perhaps one day we'll find the reason and the ability. 1 second here. Okay. Go. We now have an algae deoxidizer. It needs algae. Do we have algae? There must be a way to see what our resources are right now, right? Like, I thought there was a ledger that we could create. Reports, perhaps? Oh, no, it's right here, literally. Organic, algae. We got 2,000 kilos of algae, so I'm assuming that this thing is actually going to be able to produce a decent amount. And I got to admit, for all the negatives that we got going on right now, it looks pretty organized to start with. We are going to need to make some more food, obviously. Our water sources are not going to last forever. We have one tiny battery, and that's not going to last very long either. But for now, it feels pretty good. Choose a duplicant. I think we should go with another duplicant right now. We have one who's pretty all around. Germ resistant, doesn't expect good decor. I kind of like that. Immunity and strength. Flatulent, so they fart a lot. I don't think so. Ugly crier. I think we want to go with Max. Kind of good all around, not so good at medicine. You know what, Max? You're our bear taffy. Get printed, son. After printing a colonist, we should remember a couple of things. First off, clear out some space. We do want private bedrooms eventually, so we'll try to space this out a little bit so that we can actually have some privacy. And we want ceilings that are... I don't know if we need them to be 3 tiles high. That might be, like, unnecessary, but pretty soon we're going to want to... we're going to want to start doing actual work orders, by the way, but for now, I think we can live with it as is. Yeah, could you get the sand out of here? You've entombed your bed, my friend. You've entombed it. Although I love the word. It's not so much a fantastic thing for a bunch of sand to get caught in the way. Can we dig it? You know it, brother. All right. So, what do I think happens? You're falling and you're going to cry. I see how it goes, Mathis. What do we want next? I think we're probably going to need another algae deoxidizer, but we should also... maybe just put you on continuous. But if you put you on continuous, you're going to do it forever. Which is not necessarily what we want. So we'll just do it like this instead. We'll try to micromanage it every single day. I don't have a good solution for that, but maybe there's something in the future. Let's also look at jobs here. Okay. New duplicants, I don't care about those for now. We definitely need somebody focusing on power. So we'll make that a Josh thing. Isn't there a... I thought there was a more fine-tooth sort of option that we could use here. Like, okay, new duplicants, that's fine. Austin as a mine. You know what? I'm just going to leave it by default right now. I'm feeling a little scatterbrained. I'm overthinking things. If we don't have anything else to do, that doesn't mean that we're done. What we should be doing is working on something productive. So we still have insufficient oxygen generation. What I would like to do is maybe build up to some more algae, like this algae right here, and there's oxygen, there's decent, viable, and valuable resources there, so, you know, we have, like, infinite sandstone. The secondary benefit of doing something like this is that it's also going to allow us to, start building maybe, like, an attic up here. I don't want it to take 20 minutes for our colonists to get to work. You know, work is also where they live. You know, you gotta love what you do. How did we do today? We generated 1,000 extra calories. That's lovely. Stress was minus 108%. That's great for now. It did get more diseased. We did lose 80 kilograms of oxygen. But I think that's all right. For today. Like, if we look at our oxygen overlay, how are we doing? I love the blue. I love the blue. I don't love the red, because right now it means that you're gonna have to go hold your breath when you take a poop. So we'll probably put our next algae deoxidizer. Originally I wasn't gonna do this, but I think we should put it right here. We are gonna need some more metals to do so, but that's what's gonna happen, like, first off. That's gonna happen naturally as we kind of get up here. Or maybe it won't, actually, now that I look at it, but that's okay. We can always dig a little bit of extra copper around here. Because as much as we know that oxygen goes up, we also, you know, don't want our colonists to die or, God forbid, pass out in, like, carbon dioxide-laden land when they're trying to take a poop, you know? Gastrointestinal distress is already going to be pretty bad. We're living in a colony. We're eating mud, essentially just like dirt mashed together with water. I don't think we need any more negatives here from a gastrointestinal perspective. We got a skill generation or something? What happened there? One more algae terrarium or algae deoxidizer should work for now, though. We don't need any more algae, but what we do need is... Oh, no, we got the copper, actually, so we should be good to go. Toss it right here. We should maybe even, like, toss it down here so that it spits out oxygen. Yeah, I think I have a fundamental misunderstanding of the way that gases work. Let's go to speed 1 for a second here and on pause. Just want to make sure that we're going okay here. So far, so good. So it's not just like nice to take a broad look sometimes. Again, I do like calling it my alien ant farm. Someone sleeping right now? It sounds like Tomo's snoring. Yeah, Josh fell asleep right outside of his bed. I told you, it's admirable. The fact that he can fall asleep anywhere. It's beautiful. We can afford to go to speed 2 for now, as skills keep increasing. So this should put us in equilibrium as far as oxygen goes. We should be producing as much oxygen as we're using, or more, which is, I think, what we want. Generally, I find that as a human being, I like oxygen-rich environments. Well, did you know air is actually 70% nitrogen? Don't at me, okay? What are we at for edibles? 23,000 calories? Seems like we don't need to make any more mush loaf right now. Get this thing going, make sure oxygen's good, and then I might start doing, like, a enormous dig order and start creating, like, some bedrooms here. And then we can start moving our colonists upwards. Because they do want the privacy. As long as oxygen makes it up there, I'll be happy. But, you know, you never know. We also should make a farm. And farms benefit from being low. Please build the copper ore. Why are you not pumping? You probably don't have any minerals. That's fine. And then we're going to tile this up. We're going to put bedrooms here. Who do you think should have the bedroom? I think, you know, we got to give Austin the closest bedroom. We should actually do this a little differently, shouldn't we? Now that I think about it. If we give them bedrooms like this, where you have to walk through one to get to the other one, then they're all going to disrupt each other's sleep. Which is something we would prefer not to happen. We also, you know what? We also need research, like ASAP. Does it require power? It does, and it requires dirt. Okay, I'll tell you what. We'll start to partition our base a little bit. We're probably using a few too many resources to get, like, all this done. But I sort of accept this as a necessary evil. So I'm going to make, like, a tree and create a research station here. You might say you've never seen a tree create a research station. Go spend some more time in nature, my man. I'm liking this already. In the last, I think we did like 20 or 25 episodes or something like that, but the last time we did this, Oxygen not included. Our dudes were living in dirt the whole time. I got nothing against dirt. I spend a little bit of time, you know, being dirty on a daily basis. It depends when I choose to take a shower. Sometimes it's early in the day, sometimes it's late in the day. People ask, are you a shower before work or a shower after work sort of guy? The answer to that question is yes. Cleanliness is next to godliness. But sometimes godliness is next to laziness. I think we had a fairly productive day. So we're going to start, maybe we'll put like another bedroom right here across from the research station. And then we can put another bedroom up top. And we can start to have like branching rooms, and we could maybe even close this one off. This is a bedroom by itself. We just want people to not have to walk through each other's bedrooms in order to go to bed. Now, what do you do in this situation? Requires emptying. But where does it go when it gets emptied? I think it goes into a storage compactor, which means we should build one of those right next to the toilet here. This is going to be a messy room, but you know, it kind of looks like a restaurant bathroom. You ever go into a restaurant bathroom and you're like, hey, it's just a toilet, a sink, a garbage can, and then something that turns algae into oxygen, of course, is the other necessary component. You haven't been to the same restaurants I've been to. I have to admit they are pretty hip. So we're about 40% of the way maybe to getting our next... maybe 50% of the way to getting our next duplicants. Totally not to be confused with replicants. They're two very different things, as we've established. Yo, it's a new track! And they say early access doesn't work. The sense of wonder when I heard the new music. Okay, tile it up. I should probably just start building 2 tile wide, but I don't know. Or 2 tile tall, I should say. It just doesn't feel right to have the height of the room be the exact same as the height of the colonists. Base, pneumatic door. It's not as nice as some other kind of doors, but that's okay. This isn't a bedroom, it's a research station. That's what I used to tell people when they come to my room in college. They say, hey, why is your bedroom so dirty? I say, it's not a bedroom, it's a research station. I want to research how to clean. Oh, that's a good one. Never heard that one before. Mom. What's going on down here? Okay, we got 20. Oh, made a mess. These duplicants could not find a toilet in time. Oh, way to go, Josh. You should only take contaminated garbage, polluted dirt, I think. I believe that's what's made there. So, embarrassingly, Josh peed himself. And a pneumatic door did not really get the job done there. Mathis, get out of there, dude. Oh, they're not just sucking up the urine in their guns anymore. They actually have sponges. Any chance you'd like to dump the polluted water somewhere? Instead of just leaving some, you know, bottles of urine? It's got to be something to do with the bottle emptier, but... I don't know where we're supposed to put it. Anyway, it's irrelevant for the time being. Stations. Research station. It does require power, so we will need to make a little bit more wiring in here. We'll build it over to the side so that we have room for putting an advanced research station on the right side there. And then we can start to hopefully really do some cool stuff. What do you mean insufficient? We need a little bit more oxygen generation, apparently. That's fine. I'm only barely upset. So to save us some copper, let's build some tile. That way we don't have to build such a roundabout way for us to get to the next connection that we have to make power-wise. And we'll just wait for the sweeping order to be done here. Are you eating dirt, Mathis? I hate to take a low-key approach to this. I mean, we've got grown men peeing themselves. In the whole scheme of things, eating a little bit of dirt might not be as bad. I don't know, it might be worse. I haven't really crunched the numbers, internally at least. You don't need to keep the whole base clean, but I would like if you keep your bed area clean. That's all I ask. And if we could start to get some research done, that would be extremely positive. Immune systems are looking good. We still got enough kilocalories. I don't know why Austin always looks so distressed when he poops. I hope that's not true to real life, but you know what? I'm not privy to that sort of information. Please. Wait, are you guys out of oxygen up here? Yeah, they are not big fans of trying to breathe up here. And in fact, the oxygen's looking pretty bad in a lot of different places. Why is it not necessary? Maybe, I'll tell you what. Let's, it needs power, though. Let's throw another algae deoxidizer up right here. If it stays down here, that should be fine by us. Oh, no. Move it. Cancel the build. I like to move it. 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 We're losing 40 kilograms of oxygen a day. If we were on P90X, that would be very admirable. We would have like a 15-pack by now. You don't want to know what the odd numbers symbolizing in this situation. You're doing a good job. Don't get me wrong. I will eventually get into, hopefully, finer grain control over what the... I was just about to call them my minions. I've been practicing for Champions of Fire too much. We'll get into finer grain control over what our duplicants are actually doing here, but not yet. Right now, I think it's better for us to just reacclimate ourselves to the situation. This is good, though. The tile's being built. Once the tile is built, we can then build the power that is necessary. We only have 151 copper. Now we have 1 copper, so we definitely need to mine out some more of that, but that's what this whole order is for over here, so... Yeah, you guys are pretty light on oxygen. Am I an idiot? Like, don't answer that question, but... Oxygen rises. Oh, whoa, your boy is a moron. All the oxygen that we're creating is getting pumped over into this little area up here. Okay, that's actually... I'm disappointed that it took me that long to figure it out. But I'm pleased that we did figure it out, so we can at least, like, tile that off for now. And then if all the oxygen's up here, we can actually just dig 1 extra layer right down here and get that oxygen back, reclaim it for ourselves. But we don't want to hit this area, so it's actually a little tricky here. Something like that'll do the trick. It's a little, I'll admit, it doesn't look good. And it shouldn't look good, because it was my idiocy that created this in the first place. But at least we're making good progress. We diagnosed a problem before it became catastrophic. So in case you're wondering, what the heck is this guy talking about? You know, oxygen rises, but it doesn't know that there's a ladder here. This is a ladder that oxygen is blind to. So it doesn't say, like, hey, take the ladder up to the bedrooms. Instead, it was just getting pushed along, and a lot of it is getting deposited up here at, like, the highest possible point it can be at. Dude, I'm so scared that this coal is going to just, like, get destroyed, and then all this CO2 is going to fall down on us. I think we should maybe try to nip that in the bud if possible. So the idea here, and we're... Again, this is probably not that efficient. But the idea is that we're, 502 copper, that's what I'm talking about. How's our battery holding up? Not that well, but also nobody was running on it for a while there, so I can live with it. Hey, Josh, great idea. You've gotten yourself trapped in here. I'm now gonna need you, if possible, to come up and go out this way. I think you got the tools, dude. I believe in your ability to get out of here before you piss yourself again. Something, get the breastplate stretcher. Notice we no longer have insufficient oxygen generation, so that's a very good sign. I'm seeing the blues start to filter out here a little bit more, and I'm happy with that. You know what? We're coming close to the end of the episode here. I'm pretty proud of the way this episode went down. And you might say, that's stupid. I am as God made me, sir. How rude. However, I sort of understand where you're coming from. But really, I'm happy that we triumphed over adversity. And now I'm going to try to make some weird bedroom pods. And I have no idea if this is sensible, but I'm less concerned about whether or not it's sensible and more concerned about the fact that I think it's going to look freaking cool. So let's give this a try, dude. So we got these bedroom pods here. We'll just put like a cot in each one. I do want to look at the oxygen. Make sure that it's coming out right here. So like we're seeing CO2. The CO2 should start to filter downwards here. And the light blue, very breathable air should start to filter its way upwards. Which is why we slowly want to move our sleeping area, where our colonists spend like a third of their day without the ability to move, really. We'll start moving it up there. But we did also make a mistake recently. Get out of here. We have set this up, but we haven't assigned any research to it yet. So, research. Basic farming. We can then build algae terrariums, recycles carbon dioxide into a bit of oxygen. That's probably what we'll take. Power regulation gives us battery switches and wire bridges. Advanced research seems like the least necessary. Being able to make pipes does seem extremely important. Ventilation also, and to be honest with you, perhaps even interior decor. But we're going to start with basic farming. We can make ration boxes so we're not storing food on the floor. We can make compost so polluted dirt can be broken down into fertilizer to use for farms. Planter boxes for renewable food, and algae terrariums as well. So, what are we at for edible? 21,000. Still completely fine then. Can you just like dig the sand out, please? And maybe sweep up the freaking dirt that's just chilling over here? Like, people are gonna sleep here. You weirdos. Alright, so we do have some research being done. And of course the pressure is, as we have research being done, now we're like, we want another duplicate. So that we can have the same amount of labor output without having to... This is a little messy right here, I'll give you that. With the same amount of labor output, but also still be doing research. The issue is that, you know, then we need to scale up and build a little bit more of like everything else in order to make it happen. I just realized, by the way, we definitely, if we want this construction to go well, we're gonna need to put the ladders in right away. So I'm kind of trying to build it like the same way I build, like RimWorld, bedrooms, which is probably bad. I think we're gonna skip this duplicate, because things can scale badly quickly. We have like essentially a hallway, and then we have different bedrooms that people can get into without disturbing the people that are already in their bedrooms on the way. So I think that's a positive approach for us to take here. So, it is almost nighttime, but maybe we could... You know what, let's just construct a cot, and then we can deconstruct them as we go. So at least if it goes wrong, there's still somewhere for them to sleep. Oh yeah, it's not very breathable, at least not yet, but it'll be there soon. Now you might say, no, it looks sort of like a prison. No, I'm not even gonna... I guess we could disable the building, but I don't think we want to go that far. We're just gonna reject all. If you ooze these duplicates, I love the way they phrase that. You'll need more time to recharge if you ooze these duplicates. Alright, so congratulations. This now belongs to Mathis, and this can be deconstructed. I kind of like this setup. Already, I think it's a little bit better than I have constructed colonies in the past. It is a long trip to get to the bathroom. This will be a good test to see if Austin can make it. He did it. I felt relieved when he got down there. Polluted water emits polluted oxygen and can accelerate the spread of disease. Small accidents can be cleaned up, while larger bodies may be worth filtering. Polluted water also stresses out duplicates, so it is best removed quickly for your colony's safety. Alright, well, we don't really have much that we can do about it yet, but I do appreciate it's the thought that counts or something. I would love if you could just finish this room before the night falls, but I don't think you're going to get there. Either way, there's good progress being made. I'm kind of happy with the way that it looks right now. It's fairly well organized. Research is being done. Food is being produced at like an appropriate rate. No colonists have gotten sick. We haven't been, you know, attacked by aliens yet. And everybody's living a pretty copacetic lifestyle. I would like to throw down some massage tables so that we can handle the stress of our colonists as it approaches. We probably want like a definitive storage area, and we want to micromanage our storage areas that exist right now a little better. Man, I just want to see you when you're... Oh, that's an alien. Mathis, please be careful. I didn't realize that you would be created. Stop eating my tiles, dude. Anyway, relatively productive second video. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.